celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life with Stirling Faux on AM 650.
Welcome back to Boomer Life. Good to have you with us today. In studio, our guest is appliance expert Jack McIver from McIver's Appliances. And Jack, I just got to ask you this question because you've put the knock on computer-driven appliances for several minutes in our conversation. So I just have to ask you point blank, what is it with you and computers anyway? And I ask this knowing that you have a website, McIvers.biz. So it's not you're not alienated completely by computers, but you're sounding kind of gruff and I don't like them and they don't work and rah rah rah. So what is it with you and computers? What is it with computers in appliances? Are they just useless? Because computers run everything, it seems, these days.
You can get computers that aren't useless, but the problem is their pricing. There's nothing under 200 in a computer. There are 200 to 1,200, even up to 1,500 on some real fancy European imported products.
Okay.
So it's like having a virus in the product you buy. You don't know how long it's going to last and how much it's going to cost. But I talked to a lady in Richmond day before yesterday, a neighbor of someone I was fixing something for. And she's asked if I would come and take a look and fix it. And she's had 3 $400 computers in her Whirlpool smooth top stove.
Since she bought it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's like, it's only about 6 years old. And she says, what can I do? And I said, well, if you don't want to have self-cleaning and there's room to accommodate a mechanical control, we could, for about $250, we could put in a mechanical control, take out all the self-cleaning stuff, and you could use it and bake and use oven cleaner to clean it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people do that. We do that for a lot of people. But we sell stoves with computers also. But the ones we sell are not tricked out. It's not tricked out product.
Right.
Everything doesn't run through the computer.
Oh, okay.
So it just runs the oven.
So more trouble than they're worth. Would that be a good summary of your attitudes?
No, they take away the value.
Okay.
It's the value robbing part of the appliance business.
Interesting stuff.
They put you on the spot to buy the things again.
Yeah. Well, stopping the madness is what this episode of Boomer Life and McIver's Appliance has been all about. And you described to me moments ago during the break that any typical appliance showroom anywhere is basically a room of confusion. Why did you say that?
Well, it's because you go to, for instance, there's a big major appliance dealer in Vancouver, and they advertise 500 models. Well, if you go and look at 500 models, you're going to be very confused.
Right.
Because, and you got to have a lot of time too. So, but that's what basically we find is the customers come in and they say, it's so glad, it's like a breath of fresh air coming to your store. No pressure, no nothing, plain products, good value.
Right. And a minimal selection, not the lack of selection, but just a minimal selection of high-quality products.
Yes, and not expensive either. And our dishwashers that we sell, which you have one here at Sea Isle, and everyone here seems to like it.
They do.
That computer is $215.
The computer in it?
Yes.
Ah.
And I've had them, been selling them now for about 8 years, and there's ones that have never been done. So I mean, it's not a big thing about them breaking down every minute, the ones we're selling. But that's where I go for value. If the price is right on the computer and the performance is right on it, I'm deciding what I'm selling.
Okay, now if I'm looking for value, might it be more valuable to me if I have a good quality old machine that's just, the reason I want to replace it is, well, it's old. It looks old. It's been around a while. But, of course, I have no complaints about its efficiency. It still does a great job. It's just, it's old. Well, maybe a redo or a rebuild on that old appliance in terms of bang for my buck is going to be smarter than anything I could buy in a room of confusion, otherwise known as an appliance showroom, Jack.
That's
is that
true. That's true. And the thing, too, is that when you come into our store and you're looking to buy a new washing machine, and they're thinking about getting a dryer, too, and they'll ask and they'll say, well, what about the dryer? Well, what kind is it? Say it's an older, good value one. And we say, well, we could take a look at that when we come, and if it's worthwhile fixing, we can fix it up for you. So we do a lot of fixing up of dryers for people and just sell them washers.
Right.
And then a few years later, they'll phone up and say, send me the dryer. But they're getting the use out of the product without having to spend the dollars.
But then, of course, the marketeers out there want us all to buy shiny, spiffy, new every time we turn around, don't they?
Yes, they want to be your partner. I just want to be your supplier.
Ah, okay. And seen less frequently, perhaps, but ultimately those return visits are happy ones.
Yes, and to be in their mind as a paternal merchant. That's what I would call myself.
And that would be mainly a caring entrepreneur who actually believes in follow-up after sales.
That's right. That's all important, too. It's not just about making a whole pile of sales.
Okay. And delivery is done by experienced staff people, not subcontractors, who may or may not have a clue what they're doing.
Well, it matters to me that they know what.
Well, of course, your people do, but
yes.
if some middle group is delivering for an appliance store, it's a crapshoot as to whether they're going to know what they're doing.
When I had 9 trucks, I tried contractors. They used my trucks,
right,
but they were contractors, and I found that didn't work. So I only did it for a year or so, and then I went back to being the other way.
Well, it's about reputation and service, and above all, quality and integrity, all wrapped up at McIver's Appliances down there at 610 Southeast Marine Drive. Check out the website. It's mcivers.biz. Jack McIver, always a real pleasure to have you come in and visit us on Boomer Life. Don't wait too long before you return, okay?
Thanks for the opportunity.